Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with DR Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So let me just tell y'all, I was sitting up here recording and it was recording. Then I went to look and thinking I could pick up where I left off at, and it hadn't even recorded at all. Well, it recorded, I know, because I saw it when I pushed record, but all of a sudden it wasn't even there. Anyway, so I have to give this message to you really quick again. I'm gonna just give you the short version of it. Just be mindful that at this time that some of you guys can find yourself in a situation that people are projecting negativity your way, in a sense, and it's not so much that they're doing it intentionally, it's just that you're picking up on the things that they're doing. And some people could be doing it out of intentional spite, but just understand, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say that what they're doing is correct, but you have to realize and understand that we are all on different parts of our journey, and we are all at different levels on our journey. And when I say levels, I don't mean that nobody's greater than the other. I just mean that maybe, somebody may have went on their journey maybe like 20 years ago, so they way ahead of the game, where somebody might have just came on this journey a year ago or 2 years ago, or just started the journey. That's what I mean by different levels. So don't think I'm saying that one is higher than the other one, because that's not the case. But anyway, so with that being said, so there could be a situation of somebody is projecting, or either you're just picking up the fact that somebody is feeling a certain type of way, that they're kind of blaming you for whatever it is that they're blaming you for, and basically, I'm sorry. And for those of you new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. This is not normally the intro I give, but the camera had cut off. So anyway, but basically God wants you to get to a place of two things is what I'm saying. One, understand where the other person is at on the journey. And two, come from a place of non-judgment. And that's 1 and 2, excuse me. But 3, most of all, this individual is not, they're not expected to be where you're at. They're on their journey right where they need to be at, because again, it's almost like, let's just say hypothetically, when I was on my journey, I went through the agonizing days, like, oh my God, like, can this be over with, Lord? Like, seriously, and I'm just being honest, but there's times I'm just like, oh my God, like, I love you, Lord, I love you. And I do, I always love, Lord, God's Source Spirit, regardless of the situation. But sometimes, yes, it gets draining and can be kind of taxing. And anyway, let me not even say those words at that time, because right now we're in the energy that things can manifest so much more powerfully. So it just depends on how you use it. So if you're spewing out or projecting hate or negativity, just know that that's what's being manifested, rather than really using that energy for the positive, for something that you really want to bring into your life, should I say. So I say all that to say, and then sometimes I'm hearing Spirit say, sometimes we can be kind of blocking our own selves when we're pointing the finger at other people and thinking that they're the problem, when the problem is really us. We have to look within. You know what I mean? And I say look within, which is so funny because y'all didn't know, but the camera had cut off because this card had actually said journey within. I was pre-shuffling the cards and the card fell out, and Spirit told me to keep it prior to the other video. So I didn't put it back because Spirit said to keep it or whatever. But I say all that to say that we were meant to kind of go within and to journey and to ask ourselves, why are we feeling the way that we're feeling right now? How can I assume? It's about maturity is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Being mature about the situation, figuring out how you played a role in the situation, figuring out how, you can just accept what you have created and say, you know what, this is what I created. I made this mess. You know what I mean? So now how can I go forward to course correct, fix, or, put things back in alignment, should I say, rather than stand in the energy of, oh, it's your fault, or, you did this to me, whether it's a co-worker or boss or a family member or, your next door neighbor, whoever it could be with your kids too. I don't know, but it's different for everybody. But I say all that to say that, you were just meant to, you was just meant to kind of go within during this time. Sorry, y'all got a little sidetracked. You just meant to go within during this time and basically just kind of figure out like how you played a part in it as well too, accepting your part in the situation and not just going around blaming other people, your whole life. That's easy to do. Trust me, there was times that I kind of blamed and did the finger pointing, but as I evolved even more and went through the harsh lessons of looked like I was doing the military crawl, doing my different cycles of initiation and just going through and so on and so on. I say all that to say that it's about just going within and just being present in the moment. Like, what happened has happened, but this is where you are right now. So where do you go from here? How do you course correct from here? But as you course correct, in order to correct something, you got to first have to admit something. So in other words, are you even accepting your part in a situation, like how you may have played a role in a situation? That's important to do too, because sometimes people don't realize that they had even done anything. So just acceptance is the first thing. Accepting responsibility is the first thing. That's a part of maturity, should I say. Anyway, so with all that being said, that was one of the dreams, because I said somebody could be projecting negative energy at you, and whether they're doing it intentionally, you could just be picking up on them just being frustrated or being upset. I believe that was the energy kind of like in the air yesterday or this morning, or still is, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so some of you guys may either receive a phone call, an email, or you may even receive a text message, or you could even have a dream in regards to someone, you seeing someone being upset with you and basically telling you that they're not happy with the decisions that you have made, or whatever the case may be. But the truth of the matter is, what I'm hearing Spirit say is, don't allow anyone to make you feel guilty, because you have to do what's best for you in a sense. And where you're at on your journey, if people decide that they want to meet you there, not you trying to drag them there, not you trying to get them to come there, not that you say, hey, come over to this side. No, it's a matter of if they're wanting to come over to that side, because we all have free will. But the point of the matter is, it's like, what was I getting ready to say? Help me, Spirit. What was I getting ready to say? It's a matter of, oh God, whether they're projecting or whether they are you're just picking up on the energy or not. Again, don't let anyone make you feel guilty for the decisions that you have made, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you. And I hear the ambulance, right? Those just be confirmations. Yeah, don't let anyone make you feel guilty. Because I'm hearing Spirit say that so much is falling away, and as long as people have been used to sitting in their comfort zone, it's like God has been moving them and trying to get them to move. So it's almost like God is just, it's almost like, I'm gonna use this as an example. It's almost like God is just taking his card, like, oh, let me take this. Oh, excuse me, let me take that. Let me take this. Let me take that. Let me take this. Let me take that. Okay. Let me take this. Let me take that. So I say all that to say, it's almost like God is trying to get you to surrender. In other words, to surrender, to just be in the ebb and flow. Don't hold on too tight to whatever it is. Because one thing God was trying to get me to see in 2019, release attachments. Release attachments. Release attachments to outcome, and release attachment to just things in general. Because whatever you try to hold on to too tightly with, he's going to open up them fingers and take it away, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so that's why it's important to just kind of be in the ebb and flow. Just go with the energies that are at hand, expect the unexpected, as I told you that God said before. But not only that, but to just keep in mind too that God said he was going to allow some events to happen that he is orchestrating and that he is controlling. So you got to remember that for 2022, because I told you guys I felt like that energy was going into 2022 when I gave that message in 2021, towards the end of 2021. Anyway, so the other message was, I saw somebody kind of not feeling well. I saw them just kind of laid out. I don't know if they're just going through something emotionally, but I kind of got the feeling like they really weren't feeling well. So whether it was emotionally and well as physically, they was just laid out on the couch, and I kind of just saw somebody's mom kind of like in the kitchen, like just allowing them to kind of go through, in a sense. Like they weren't babying them, and I had came over to like visit in a dream, right? But I saw that they was kind of feeling some type of way, so I just basically said, okay, well, I can see this person doesn't want to be bothered, so let me just go and exit stage left, and I did. And I say all that to say, because I don't know who needs to hear that, because maybe somebody is not feeling well and they're just kind of allowing them to kind of just go through whatever it is that they're going through. But it to me, it showed up in a dream as if it was somebody who was like Ethiopian. So I don't know if that plays, if that is actually happening to someone, but God gives me specific races sometimes, why I don't specifically know at times, but I don't know who needs to hear that message. I don't know who's watching, so I never know. But anyway, so with that being said, the next message, this one was about, so I want to let you guys know that the doors are open right now. If there's something that you have been working on, if you felt like you have been at the end of the line and you feel like you aren't and you're not where you want to be, and you feel like you haven't been using, this is going piggybacking off the drink, thank you Spirit, and as I said that, it said 11:11 with the timer. Anyway, so with that being said, the dream prior to this one, which was about I don't even think I gave a title yet, but it was talking about gifts and talents being wasted and being thrown, like, and being poured into the trash, in a sense. So God is to a point that he's like serious. He's just trying to get, some of us to step up to the plate a little bit more than we have in maybe, let's say, like 2021 and probably the year before that, because now is the time for whatever it is. And this message may not be for all. This message may be for some, and I say all that to say that, he's trying to get us to step up to the plate. Y'all, I don't know who this is at my door, but what was that? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I just got a little sidetracked because don't nobody normally come knocking at my door, especially unexpectedly. So, you sure? Who's that? Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like wondering who's just like ringing my doorbell. But anyway, yeah, because people know not to roll up over here unexpectedly or whatever the case may be. I've had to create boundaries with people. But anyway, so with that being said, excuse me, y'all. So with that being said, yeah, so somebody wasn't feeling well, and then I said about the projecting, but not only that, and try to come from a place of non-judgment, allow people to their space to kind of just go through and heal whatever it is that they need to heal. And it just so happens that they're on their journey at this particular time. That's all late. That's just the space that they're in right now. So keep that in mind. Just try to come from a place of non-judgment. Anyway, so with that being said, the other thing was the doors are opening, as I said before. If you've been working on something and God has, and you feel like God has been trying to push you to the forefront because, you've been at the end and being the caboose, dragging the tail, and, God is trying to push you to the forefront. So I say all that to say now is the time, because God showed me in the dream, like a door was literally open. This is the second dream I saw where I saw like the doors opening, should I say. The doors are opening in regards to people with, I'm sorry, y'all. So let me just say that the doors are open. So it's up to you how you choose to navigate that. But right now we're in the energy that I feel like is so powerful, because the other day I was, balancing my chakras, should I say, and I just felt the energy so powerfully. So that was just letting me know that, you know, that the energy is here. So use it wisely, should I say. So I say all that to say that it's up to you how you choose to use the energy. You can create something that you really want in life, or you can keep creating the same cycles over and over and over again. Because remember, I did a couple of dreams ago is, you know, about your perception. I guess it's almost like you need to change your perception on things, how you look at things, you know. And if you look at things and come from a place of, rather than blaming others, but say, hey, you know what, how did I play a part in this? You know, let me assume responsibility, let me accept my part in the situation, you know, whether it was with a sibling or a co-worker or boss or, you know, neighbor or whoever the case may be. Just asking yourself, how do you play a role in the situation rather than necessarily blaming other people. So anyway, let me read this card, but those are the 3 dreams that I had. So just note that the doors are open, and it's up to you of how you choose to, or what you pull in during the process of this. So either you can change your perception on things and look at it from a higher perspective, and you can I don't know. The choice is yours. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm just telling you, the window is here. The door is open. It's up to you how you navigate. So anyway, the first card, I was reading this on the other video, but again, it didn't record. So let me hurry up. It's at 16 minutes. But this is inner journey. And I said that earlier, like, bear with me, y'all. Not all who wanders are lost. So I thank you, Spirit. If you feel like you're wandering, you're not lost. Trust me, you're not lost. You're just at a standstill. You're just at a roadblock is what I'm hearing Spirit say at the moment. And sometimes that's just a part of the initiation process. You know, will you stay firm, and you know without a shadow of doubt that God is leading you. You know, I know for me sometimes telling myself when things started, because coming into 2022, it had already started off popping. I was like, what? Already? And I was like, I didn't even set any intentions, and stuff is already popping off, and I purposely didn't. But with that being said, it seemed like things are kind of meddling themselves out, should I say. So mine came right out of the gate with kicking the door like pow, you know, whereas others might have came out of the gate moving very smoothly, and then now it could just be like pow, you know. So I say all that to say that if you're feeling lost, just know that God has you. Just know that God, just trust. More than anything, it's about having that faith. Anyway, it says, not all who wanders are lost. At times, we are all consumed with our own personal journey that we project our journey onto another. And I just said that to you guys earlier about projecting your journey onto other people. And I'm sorry, you don't know, but I said this earlier. I'd already pre-shuffled the cards. These 2 cards fell out. This in divine timing had fell out. I was told to keep the cards as I was pre-shuffling, as I always do before I go on camera. So rather than putting them back, Spirit said to keep them. Anyway. Every soul arrives on the planet with lessons to learn and a life to live. For as many souls that are out there, there are that many different journeys. Do not judge another's journey. Always respect where another person is on their path. Meet everyone you come into contact with where they are on their path. Do not assist. They come to where you are. By doing this, you will not only expose those around you to your own healing vibration, but you will offer them acceptance without judgment. This is a great gift for both give and receive. For both give and receive. And the card that came with that was transcendence. Transcendence. Oh God. Forgive me, y'all. And it says, transcend your mind limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Just be you. Be you wherever you are at on your journey. Don't try to live up to anyone else's expectations. Don't look at the person to the left of you. Don't look at the person to the right of you and saying that I'm not good enough because I'm not where they're at. We all are learning different lessons. You know, we all are learning different lessons. And when I say different lessons, like somebody could be learning the lesson of self-worth. Somebody could be learning the lesson of how to accumulate wealth. Somebody could be learning the lesson of, self-love. You know, how do I love myself? Somebody could be learning the lesson of accepting yourself just right where you at, or for who you are, and not trying to be somebody else. Somebody else could be learning the lesson of what it means to really have unconditional love. Somebody else could be learning the lesson of forgiveness, learning how to forgive people. So you see what I'm saying? We're all learning different lessons. So don't compare yourself to anyone else's journey, because again, we're all learning different lessons. And once we get out of that, it's almost like I'm hearing spirit say the energy would just flow so much more, rather than be like, oh, I want to do that, or oh, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. You know, don't want what somebody else has had. I know I said this to somebody, not on camera, but I've actually shared this with some people. Some go, don't ever want what somebody else have, because you don't know what they had to go through to get it. In other words, you know, you don't know somebody else's journey. You don't know the shoes that they had to walk in. You don't know the things that they had to go through in order to obtain where they're at. So don't want what somebody else has. And if you do, I'll just tell you, be mindful, because God will give you a taste of that and you may not like it. Anyway, so we got divine timing. And it says, how often do you feel that you want things in your life to change? Now, not 2 years ago from now, not even 2 months, but right this instant. Suddenly do we see the whole picture of why our lives are unfolding the way they are. We don't need to. What we need to do is surrender to the way things are. And I said that earlier, just go with the ebb and flow. This doesn't mean to not take action. And I said that also too, not to stay right where you at, but to evolve. When a situation is unattainable, what it means is to let your life unfold before you, so that you have access to all the information, all the lessons, and all the people you will need to go where you're headed. Divine timing is at work in this situation. Try not to fight it, because when you fight it, you actually make it harder for yourself. Instead, go within during this meditation and ask the question ask the question you want answers to. Why not now? How can I best prepare myself? What lessons do I need to learn prior to this change? I want to see. You will get answers. And I said before the other video cut off, I said basically, if you ask God, you may not get an answer today, tomorrow. You could even get an answer a couple of weeks from now, but you will get an answer. You know, if you just ask, release the fact of asking after you ask, and just say, you know what, like I told you guys, because more importantly than anything, I said a loved one of mine that was near and dear to my heart was just kind of really going through, should I say, and I got several loved ones that's kind of going through, should I say, and I say all that to say that they're all near and dear to my heart. And I say all that to say, but I had to remind God, you said that me and my family are, protected. In other words, like, we're safe. So I need you to remind me that. And I needed God to reassure me of that. And I had to release that and let it go. I couldn't sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm worried. At first I was kind of doing that, but I had to remind myself, God is in control. God is in control. He said that you're protected. He said you're protected. And the moment I kept speaking to myself and telling myself that, it's almost like I was able to calm myself down and get in a state of being calm, being balanced, and being grounded, in other words. And then lo and behold, a few days later, let me just say that God showed up, and I was just like, God, oh my God, I said, you're so good. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. And just know that, he will do it for you if you just trust it. And yeah. So anyway, let me finish this up, because I don't want to be too long. But this last card that came out, it was vision, which is so funny because it says divine timing. You see the eye on it, right? Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. So I did say that the doors were opening,